Been moved and approved. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Oppose? Motion carries.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? We're adjourned.
Easy.
There you go.
All right, we'll call Public Safety Committee to order. We have item 29-2023-0321, Class D, Tavern Seasonal Temporary Premise Extension and Temporary Public Entertainment Premises Permit Request for Akbar LLC, DBA Akbar 7408 West Walker Street from May 20th, 2023 to November 20th, 2023. Melanie, would you like to come up? Oh, look at you.
Mind me.
I hope you're okay.
I just had surgery last week, and so I'm
Oh,
just in the recovery
goodness.
process.
Well, thank you
but
so much for attending. We could have
I need
held
to get
it.
out of the house, otherwise I'll be crazy.
Yes. Okay, well, I looked at your application, and you know, we've streamlined the process, obviously. I'm sure the clerk's office told you that from Memorial Day to Labor Day, there's a criteria, you can get your permit.
Yep.
It's after those dates that you're obviously here, and those are the reasons you're here. So you're asking for an extension to November 20th. Can I ask you what you're planning on doing with that
It
time?
was more just the 6 month, for the 6 month period. If it needs to be shorter than November 20th, that's not an issue.
Okay, I do have a question for you. When you applied for this, were you informed that you could have just done it from Memorial Day to Labor Day?
No.
Okay, all right.
I just
That-
went online and did it, so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go ahead. and
Okay,
do
and
these
that,
dates
but Rebecca, that is listed on there, right? And,
I'll have to double check.
okay, we can
but
double
it's
check
supposed
that.
to be.
Did you need any dates post Labor Day? I know that you typically
Well, we
do,
did so last year it
Oktoberfest,
was,
right?
Yeah, and so last year it was from the beginning of May, I believe, and we extended it to like October 5th.
Okay.
I thought maybe I wasn't aware of the Labor Day restrictions on it, because I thought how last year was our first year doing it, and it tended to be more during the summertime. That's when we didn't have very many people out there.
Right.
So can I clarify something too? When it's the extension of premise, is that just, and there's extension of premise, and then there is the public entertainment, two separate things, correct? If we, the restrictions till Labor Day, is that just for the entertainment part of it, or is like my guests or my customers can't go outside and drink at
no,
all?
it's all.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
so that was the thing. Because last year what happened was during the summertime and the dog days of summer, nobody wanted to sit outside. They wanted to be in air conditioning. So I was
Exactly.
like, well, that would be really cool to have it into October when it's still fall time. We could have, the fire out there and,
Right.
do that type of a thing.
Yeah.
But I wasn't aware of the Labor Day restriction.
Yeah, it's just May through Memorial Day to Labor Day, but if you would like that weekend for Oktoberfest, if you are planning on doing something, we can add that into it. I would be happy to approve
Sure,
that.
that would be great.
If everybody else would be in consensus. Do you
Sure.
have those specific dates that you typically hold?
I think it
hold
was
that?
last year, I believe it was October 5th.
Okay.
Sorry,
Can
is that
you-
a Saturday?
Yeah,
So that would be October 7th this year.
Okay,
October 7th,
so if we can add that October 7th to it, so it would be from Memorial Day to Labor Day, and that one extra day that will be on this, if it is approved.
that would be perfect.
Okay, I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, is there any discussion? Alderwoman Ranky?
Madam Chair, I have the end date as 11/20.
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. I wasn't
Yeah.
aware of the
I'm
Labor,
sorry?
I wasn't aware of the Labor Day or the limit to Labor Day, so I just put it from 6 months from May 20th to November 20th.
It's rather.
We just
Yes.
changed it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I was wondering what the reason was for.
Yeah, that's what it was just because of the 6 month period, because they said that you could do
I
it for
see.
6 months. I
Okay.
wasn't aware.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, so Rosie, the motion, and there was a second on the floor, is that they will just have the regular dates
Right.
from
No, I
Memorial Day.
understand
You
that.
got it? Okay.
Yep, that would be
All right, any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Perfect, thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
and you get well soon.
Oh, thank you so much, I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
All right, moving on to item 30, 2023-0340, request to extend outdoor premises hours at 7140 West Greenfield Avenue to 10 p.m. for all Wednesdays until October 31st, 2023.
I don't believe he's here.
Who's the
that the
71?
Deco?
Is his
No,
name Walter
71st.
This is where the street is blocked off.
The Deco.
Next to the Deco.
Oh.
So this is for the Wednesday night events.
Okay.
So that's what the request is, and it's, doesn't really fit into our temporary extension. It doesn't really fit into our amendment process, so we just put it through.
Okay. Should we have a discussion on this rather than saying, okay, let's hold it? I mean, obviously, it's self-explanatory. It would be 10 p.m., but it doesn't really fit into our hours. Mayor Devine, do you have anything to weigh in on that?
I'm sorry?
That 7140 West Greenfield for the pedestrian area by the Art Deco? Yeah, they're asking for an extension of their time to 10 p.m. on Wednesdays, because I think they were going to do something, but I
There was
can't
something
remember.
in our ordinance that only said it could be till 8. And
Right now, they're asking for 10 o'clock on
10
Wednesdays.
o'clock on Wednesdays for their music on Wednesdays. their music.
Okay, is this something that, would there be a consensus with the committee that, because I know Alderman Weigel had brought that up when there were street festivities or anything, that half that block has to sign off, or you have to notify your neighbors? I mean, how would you guys like to proceed?
And Chair, I think that that's for a full-out block party, not just a extension of premise.
Right, but with it being past the 8 p.m., would you think that the neighbors should have some weigh-in on it?
I don't know. I've heard good feedback about the first concert on Wednesday, that it was well attended, and I've heard definitely more positive on the project and the effort than negative.
Yeah, and this is just being piloted for now. It's not, okay.
Yes.
I wouldn't have a problem with that. Does anyone else?
It was well attended and everybody was well behaved, including myself.
Oh, so you did go? Oh, okay.
As long as they stop the music by
Well, with
10
that
o'clock.
being said, Alderman Rote, would you like to make a motion?
I move for approval.
Okay, is there a second? All right, any more discussion?
As long as they're stopping the music by 10 o'clock, I don't have an issue with it.
All right. Well, there was a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. All right. Thank you, Mayor Devine, for weighing in on that. Item 31, 2023-0346, Class B Tavern Seasonal Temporary Premise Extension and Temporary Public Entertainment Premises Permit Request for Doppelgangers Incorporated doing business as Dops Bar and Grill, 1753 South 68th Street from May 29th to October 29th. Is anyone from Dops here?
Is this another case of putting it out for 6 months type of thing? Because it looks like it.
It does.
Yeah, I'm not sure what she was thinking. I can talk to her and see if she wants to change it. We'll have to put it at the next council meeting, though.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
I'll make a motion to hold.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, discussion?
Madam Chair,
Yes?
it says from May 29th. So the next meeting will be the 2nd. Is that going to matter?
Oh, yeah, that would.
4 days late? I don't know if she can-
Yeah, because that would be your Memorial Day kickoff if she's planning on having any bands or anything, but was there any word she didn't come?
Can we approve it just until, from May until Labor Day, and then she can come back and put an extra extension later?
Or you could approve it from May to June 6th. What is it?
The next one will be the 2nd, I believe.
It's June 6th.
June 6th is the next
You could
meeting.
approve it to June 6th or
Okay,
to June 10th.
I wouldn't have a problem with that. Will she have to reapply and pay any additional fee? Okay.
Make a motion to approve it from May 29th to June 6th.
I'll second that one.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. All right, so item 32, 2023-0339, new Class D operator bartender application for Summer Swain, first appearance. Summer, are you here?
I'm here.
Come on up. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing very well. Forgive me, but typically when you are called in for your bartender license, there usually is something on your record that has warranted us to ask you a few questions. So, do you have the record here?
We do.
All right. Do you mind if I take a
Go
look
ahead.
real quick? All right, Summer, I have a few questions for you. Looking back on your law interaction, you have several things on your record that would be directly related to the licensing activity. So what I would like to hear, and I think the committee would like to hear, is can you offer kind of some background, some history as far as any rehabilitation efforts and what you had to do to rectify these things?
Okay, so I actually brought some stuff. I had to go through all my stuff, but I did go to prison for like 2 years. I did a earned release program, so a drug treatment program in there. So I brought the certificate for that. And then I also did like an anti-opiate campaign. I went around to different schools and did that. So I have that as well. Let's see. I have like a discharge certificate from probation. I got off April 5th of 2022. I did 4 years with no problems, like no new charges. So I've been off of paper for that long. And I had my work write me a little letter because I've been there for 5 years as a supervisor. So I've definitely changed my life around. And I'm a mother now, so I've been out of trouble for, I haven't caught a charge for 7 or 8 years now, I think. So just trying to, I have a full-time job, but I'm just trying to get something on like the weekends when I don't have my son every other weekend.
Okay, so just to supplement your income.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Congratulations on
Thank you.
your child, by the way. Where are you planning on bartending?
It's Doghouse in West Dallas.
Doghouse?
Yeah.
And just want to say that that's very impressive that you brought what you did.
Thank you.
And that you're doing so well.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that very
Thank
much
you.
that you brought that forward. Does any other committee members have questions? No? Would we have
I make a motion to approve.
Okay, is there a second?
I second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You guys are the best.
Approved?
I was so nervous. Seriously, I was telling my mom for the last like 2 weeks, I'm like, I'm so scared. You guys are the best. Seriously.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you put that on social media?
I swear I will. I seriously will. Watch. I'm
No,
begging
thank
you
you.
guys.
I'm just kidding.
And we didn't have any startling teeth or nothing.
Exactly.
I'm so happy. You guys are awesome. I appreciate it.
Thank you,
Sounds
good
like
luck.
what you told us that you're the best.
Oh,
That is, that's impressive.
Thank you.
It was.
lots of work.
Congratulations on your new
Absolutely.
life.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
All right, and it still will be going to the council floor, but.
Okay. Okay. You guys are the best.
All right, item 33, 2023-0359, 2023-25 new operator's license bartender Class D operator application for Samantha LeBon. New application after waiting 6 months. I do recall that she was here in past, and we did deny her on September 20th of 2022. I have one question because it's not fresh in my mind. Is there some information as to what the reasons we denied her? I think it was habitual law.
Criminality?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and I don't know if we put that under criminality because it's law interaction, if I'm
She
right.
was
That
still on probation.
she was still on probation.
Yeah,
Okay.
and she's stuck in Las Vegas right now, so she asked that this be held till the
Okay.
next meeting.
I don't have a problem holding it. I'd like to hear where she's at right now.
Motion to hold.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor? We're gonna hold?
Aye.
All right, that's
Motion
it.
to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second?
All right, all in favor? We are adjourned,
Aye.
if I hear ayes.
Aye.
Don't we have to?
No.
Oh, do we have to discuss,
19.
Oh,
That's right.
oh,
Do we have to
yeah,
discuss
I'm so sorry.
19? I'm
We'll
sorry.
reverse that, retract it.
unadjourned.
Okay, we are unadjourned.
I unmotioned to adjourn.
Alderwoman Rankin, thank you so much. I'm like Speedy Gonzalez right now. So we are going to revisit item 19. And Alderwoman Rankin, I'm going to give you the floor as to why you motioned to bring it back to committee.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I also appreciate our commissioners who serve our community well. I look at the commissioners as being a special group of people who care about our community and are patriotic. I respect and honor the police and fire department, definitely, who daily put their lives on the line for all the citizens of West Dallas. And I also respect the flag of our great nation. So when I observe a police and fire commissioner choice not to participate in the Pledge of Allegiance for the flag of our country, I cannot in good conscience support their appointment. Patriotism is important to me and my family. I have a son who was a policeman until he recently retired, and he also was a Marine. I have to answer to him as to what is patriotism. And I guess I was taken aback when I observed this happening at this particular meeting, where the applicant was present and did not participate in the flag ceremony. So, I guess I need maybe other opinions of this by the committee members. If they could share it with me, I'd appreciate it.
Alderwoman Ranke, was this during a common council setting?
Yes.
Can you give us some background as to what you observed and when?
Pardon me?
You said that this,
It happened in January, the first meeting of January, where we had reception for our newly elected council person.
Not elected, but yes.
Appointed.
Appointed, thank you.
I apologize.
Well, we elected you apparently,
Yeah.
okay?
Well, most of
Appointed,
you
but
did.
thank you
Most
for
of
the
you did.
correction.
I just need some feedback on this.
Well, thank you so much for bringing that to our attention. It's not something that I saw personally, but I can appreciate and respect where you're coming from on a personal level. However, I don't know how that pertains to the actual appointment as far as this person's qualifications or otherwise. And I'm going to give you an example. And I'm not going to try to be long-winded. I was a Girl Scout leader for many, many years, and there was a Girl Scout in our troop who was going through some things, and she decided at the beginning of our pledge, at the beginning of our meetings, we always did the pledge. I am firmly patriotic. It is so meaningful to me. And I didn't know what to do when this young lady refused to stand. She didn't cause a problem. She just said, I didn't want to stand, and I'm not pledging allegiance to this. And I didn't even know how to respond because it hurt me personally. But later I went to the council and I asked, how do I handle this? I can't impose my beliefs or my feelings on this child. I'm her mentor. So what I was told is this young lady had every right to not participate, even if it was a matter of me being offended or otherwise. Asked me to make it more of a teachable moment. Had a conversation with her and learned a lot. We both did. But I guess on a personal level, I can appreciate why you would ask this to be pulled. Do I think that that's enough that I would say no, she shouldn't be appointed? I can't honestly say yes, or that I have that right to say that, because I don't know. Could it have been that she was injured and she couldn't stand? You know what I mean? There could have been a lot of different things, and I just want you to put that in your mind in considering this. You know, when I hurt my knee, it wasn't visible. I wasn't in a cast or otherwise, but I sure had a hard time standing. You know, so I think it would have been worthy to maybe have a conversation with a person, even if it was just a phone call, and say, hey, would you mind explaining? And that's just me playing devil's advocate here. But I do agree with you on a personal level, because I do value the same thing in being patriotic. And I would
appreciate
expect a person to stand and
I did have a conversation with Mayor Devine, and he was very sensitive, we'll put it that way, regarding, because he had indicated this person did a good job. And he thought perhaps it would help if we spoke to her on her reason for not participating. So I reached out to her last night. And I asked if possibly she'd be interested in sharing why she didn't participate. And she indicated she had, and I don't know if I should go personal on this, Attorney Decker.
I mean, whatever she told you, it's your decision whether you're gonna disclose that or not. So if she was up for you to tell you, she's obviously trusting you to decide, use your discretion as to whether she wants it to be public.
She indicated that she had bad knees. However, my thoughts were, I'm sure that her hands and her arms were fine. And any veteran in a wheelchair would have found reason to put their hand over their hearts and make the pledge. So that is my reason for how I will vote. But I wanted to share that with the committee because I am concerned. I am concerned.
Madam Chair?
Alderman Stefanski?
Thank you for sharing that, because that is very important to me as well. I have current family members who are in the military, and I have my father and my uncle and my cousin who are retired veterans, and I do a great deal for the veterans as a member of the SAL and the American Legion Riders, and that's very important to me, so thanks for sharing that.
Right.
The only thing I have to say is, like you, my father, my sister, my brother, my family is in the military. My family in the police in different cities, and I'm like you. I'm very patriotic. I believe in this country. I believe what this country stands for. The only thing, and I don't want to upset you by this, but if I believe about the freedoms of this country, then I have to believe that someone else has the freedom to do what they want to do as well. Whether they're right or they're wrong, I can't make that decision for that person. But we're basing this on something totally different. And maybe they might change. Perhaps they will. Maybe they feel differently later on, and when they realize, but I can't judge that person for that. We can only judge that person for what we need in this. Like I said, if I believe in the freedom of this country, I have to believe in the freedom of that person.
Thank you, Alderman Turner. Mayor Devine,
Oh,
would you?
You want to go ahead, Dan?
Madam Chair, yes.
Go ahead.
I'm going to ask you.
Yeah.
She was on the Fire and Police Commission just filling in someone's term.
So,
And
Madam
then
Chair,
was she on for a full term prior to that?
she was on before, and her day job with Harley Davidson got too busy, and
Okay.
she had to step away. And then Commissioner Herron stepped away early. She would have maxed out on terms now, but she stepped away a few months early, and somebody had indicated to me that Ms. Cosby might be able to participate again, and the feedback I got that she had done a very good job. So I asked her if she wanted to fill out the term and then be reappointed in May.
Mayor Devine, she was very impressive. She came and spoke.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and she's working very hard on diversity and other things with the commission. I remember her.
And if I could, Madam
Yes,
Chair,
yes, please.
If Alderman Rhodes done. Rosalie, Alderperson Ranky brought this to me a while ago, and when I saw she was up for reappointment, I went to watch the video, and that was the night of the reception, and there was a lot of standing. I can't you know, I didn't have an in-depth conversation with her, but we were all standing down at 128. I think the meeting even started late, possibly because of me, or maybe because the reception just ran late welcoming the new alderperson. But I couldn't tell, and again, I didn't go frame by frame, you know, like in depth on it, but I couldn't tell if she, because it was from the back. And I couldn't tell if she was reciting it. I couldn't tell if she had her hand. I could just tell she wasn't standing. So that's just something I ask that you consider. The other thing I ask that you consider is I am really struggling to find people that I think you would be pleased with to serve on the Police and Fire Commission. And I get a lot of people that want to be on it, but I just have a hunch on some of them, if I put the application in front of you, you would not approve it. So I'm just asking that you also consider that she has done this before. She was effective. And, you know, I think you even just look at our council, we've got a wide range of political opinions. We have a wide range of beliefs. And people may vote for us not knowing that they're going to agree with every political stance that we have personally, but they're going to support us because they think we're going to be a solid representative and being their voice in this building and in this body. And that's the third thing that I ask that you consider.
Thank you, Mayor Devine. Is there any other discussion?
Thank you all for your comments.
Oh, thank
I
you,
appreciate it.
Alderwoman Ranky. Would it be appropriate that we look for a motion at this time? Is that where we would go with this? Is there a motion on the floor? I would make a motion to approve.
I second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Any discussion? Will we do a roll call vote on this? Or we can just do all in favor? Aye. So two in
Is that
favor?
your thing?
Pardon me?
Was that your motion? Are you
Yes,
doing it?
I made
Yeah.
a motion. Alderman Turner
Aye,
is second. So we have 3 ayes. Opposed?
Present.
Okay, so there are
3 to
3
2.
approval, 1 and present. Is that a vote? Or an abstain?
Is that a
Is
vote?
it a vote for no, or are you abstaining?
Can't vote present?
You can.
You can.
Can't.
Okay.
Can, but it counts as an
It's
abstention.
abstention.
Yeah, that's why I asked if it was an abstention. So it will be 3, 1 no, and 1 abstention. All right. Okay, thank you all. Is there a motion for adjournment?
Motion to adjourn.
A second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you.